So, y'all, the girls are back and the girls are fighting. Okay, so not really fighting, but they coming in ready. They coming in hot. They coming in ready to confront. Shamea done got a new body, y'all. She got a new attitude and she is pressing.
Yup, 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 yup.
You understand what I'm saying? And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. I'm so excited for this. Let's go, y'all. It's the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get into it. But first, listen, listen, listen. Peace, peace, cousins. It's your cousin Reebell, aka The Voice. And I have an opinion about everything, child. Everything. And this is Reebell Radio presents the reality recap. That's right. That's right. It's your weekly dose of reality TV, pop culture, entertainment news, advice, and hot topics. And for tonight's reality recap, I'm on the season 17 premiere of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and we'll get into that in just a sec. But in the meantime, smash that like button, y'all, and subscribe with the bells so you don't miss none of my commentary on this and other reality shows and situations, all right? All right, so bust it. Okay, y'all. So we getting into season 17 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And first of all, let me just say thank y'all so much for being here. Thank y'all so much for supporting my channel. Thank y'all so much to all the new cousins, all my new subscribers. I really, 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 really appreciate y'all so much. You have no idea. I appreciate the love. And listen. Okay, so this is season 17 of the Housewives of Atlanta. I cannot believe that it's been 17 years and I have been watching this show for every season for the past 17 years. Okay, I'm gonna keep it real. I done missed about probably two and a half seasons, somewhere in between, because it started getting a little dry. You know what I'm saying? It got a little dry. But so I had to let it go for a little bit of time, but I did come back and I cannot believe it's been 17 seasons with this. And so this is the premiere. Let's get into the episode. So the episode starts out with Phaedra. First of all, they just want to give an idea of where everybody is. They, what they're looking like, what they're into. They start with Phaedra. She's chilling with her son, and of course, she's still beautiful and still rich. And nothing's changed for Phaedra, child. Kelly is traveling with her daughter. I'm not sure where she's living. It looked like they didn't really start the episode with her inside of her home. From what I understood, she was traveling to Holland or something. I don't know if I missed that, but I thought that was weird that they didn't start her little snippet with her inside of her home with her kids. Then Angela and Charles, they got to them, and they're still going strong. But the problem I had with her little intro was that she spends the entire intro still trying, kind of in defense mode, still trying to convince us that, her and Charles are still together. They still strong, and that, he really did want to marry her, excuse me, versus being tricked into it the way it was presented, like on the blogs and stuff. And, that he does know how to show her PDA. It was a little cringy, you know what I'm saying? Watching her still being in defense mode and trying to prove the whole situation. Excuse me, y'all. Prove the whole situation with her marriage. And I just don't want to see her. Hopefully she doesn't have to do that. She claims she said in her thing, I don't care what nobody says about my marriage, about Charles. I'm not doing that. It doesn't matter. I'm not responding. Hopefully she sticks to that. Angela is one of my favorite people on this show. I loved when they brought her last season. I was all in with her the minute that they brought her on. I just love her vibe. And I love that she's with Charles Oakley. I'm from New York, so he used to play for the Knicks, so I'm a fan of his from a sports perspective. So yeah, I love them as a couple. I love her as an individual housewife on this show. I think she brings everything she needs to bring, and she definitely does her thing there. So then Portia shows up to K Michelle's photo shoot, and K Michelle is one of the new cast members on the show. And I gotta say, y'all, just want to keep it real. When I heard that K Michelle was gonna be on the show, I kind of turned my nose up a little bit, because like I said, I know her from the other franchise, the was it Love and Hip Hop, which is a whole different vibe. It's a whole different ghetto situation. They fighting, they throwing drinks, they flipping tables. You know what I'm saying? I know her from that, and I feel I'm one of them people that since I have been with the Housewives of Atlanta from like season one back in 2009, I think it was when they first started. I feel like this kind of what's the word, possessiveness over the show, like some kind of possession over the show. And it's kind of weird when they start changing the cast and bringing in all these new people. You kind of feel like you're vested in it, and you looking them over as if it's like your son bringing home a girlfriend, a potential girl. You just looking them over up and down. What are you bringing to the table? Who are you? Are you good enough for the show? You know what I'm saying? All those things. And I'm not saying that she's not good enough for the show. I'm just saying, like, I just kind of at first turned my nose up, but then I said, you know what, I'm gonna give her a chance. I know that K Michelle is she's got a really sharp tongue. She will cut you like a knife, but some of her stuff is she do know how to read, and her reads are kind of funny. I have to say I did enjoy that about her when I watched her on Love and Hip Hop. That's pretty much all I know about her. I know that she definitely is a singer. I know a couple of her songs, not really by heart. I'm not into her catalog or anything like that. I don't really mess with her as a singer, but I do know that she is talented. So I'll just leave it at that. But she's one of the new cast members, excuse me. And Portia shows up to her photo shoot. And so immediately K Michelle, they show her, she drops her credentials and lets us know why she is that girl in music. And she lets us know that she's pushing a country album that she has wanted to push for a very long time. But Beyonce kind of opened that door for her and other artists to kind of do this country thing. But I do want to say that I do know before Beyonce did that, K Michelle has always been and wanted to be a country music artist, but they had pigeonholed her into the R&B situation, the R&B category. Excuse me, y'all. I don't know what is going on with my situation. With my voice. I apologize for that. But listen, so she said Beyonce had reached out to her and sent her some flowers and said, she wanted to eventually meet her and get up with her. And I, y'all know that was some PR nonsense. I'm just gonna keep it 1,000 because Beyonce knows that K Michelle is all mouth. Like she will say what she says, whatever she feels like saying, doesn't matter who it is. She's not afraid to use her vocals to speak the truth about, or her truth about whatever it is and whoever it is. And so I think the PR people on Beyonce's team sent that to K Michelle because they understood that K Michelle would talk big money shit about Beyonce because she knows, and everybody knows. A lot of people know. Everybody doesn't know this, but a lot of people know that K Michelle was always about that country music life, but she never got to do it, and she wasn't big enough of an artist to kind of kick that door open. So I don't believe she really want to get with her, but I believe she kind of did that to placate K Michelle just to kind of keep her quiet. But anyway, K looks beautiful. She's, really friendly, giving off this really friendly vibe. But like I said, I've seen her on the other shows, and I just know that she's definitely with the shit. but I will say this: I've not seen her attacking people. I don't know her to be the aggressor. I just know her to be the person that if you fuck with her, you gonna get whatever's coming to you. And that's just that. that's what I get from her. But I just wonder who's gonna be that person who kind of pushes her buttons. We gonna see. So then Portia is talking about her divorce and how her divorce is final, and she's paying the bills in the house. So she's staying in the house because everybody's calling that house Simon's house. But Portia's like, you know what? This is what I got in the divorce situation. Whether y'all like it or not, I'm paying the bills here. So this is my house. So y'all can kill all that Simon's house bullshit. That's what Portia's saying. That's what Portia feels. She said that she's having a dinner and she's inviting everybody to bring all the girls, all the ladies to bring, themselves and their significant others, their situationships and things like that. And then K Michelle looks directly into the camera and she tells us by breaking the wall that she's married. And I'm not sure why she said she just got married a couple weeks ago, and I'm not sure why she was doing that. I I just first of all, I didn't know that I thought that she was married to this man a long time ago because I could have sworn I saw a clip of them on like one of those marriage. I forget the name of the damn show, but it's the show where the celebrity couples that are in like the reality TV celebrity couples, they go on the show because they're having marital issues. I forgot the name of the show. I'm sorry, y'all. But she was on that show with the dude. So I thought she had been married to this man a long time ago. But she looks in the camera directly at us and she's like, yeah, I got married a few weeks ago. Um, which I thought was a little confusing. And I'm not sure why she was looking in the camera, if she was trying to prove a point to somebody or if she felt like it was bullshit. So she was trying to trick. I don't know. I don't know. Portia is running down the lineup for the party and she's like, she gets to Shamea and K Michelle says, yeah, your bestie. And then Portia says, you mean my ex-best friend? They're ex-best friends at this point. She says that her and Shamea are not in a good space, and we know that from watching the reunion. That was a terrible ending to their friendship right there. But she says she felt it would have been wrong not to invite her. So, and sidebar, I'm just gonna say this one thing for sure. For me, I have really high expectations for Shamea this season, and let me tell y'all, I just better not see no weakness from her. I don't want to see no begging, no lapdogness, no popping, no backpedaling, no fakeness. I just want to see her. She better stand the entire this whole season on anybody and everybody who tries to test her. She better put her foot in their neck. You understand what I'm saying? Do y'all feel me? Do y'all feel me? Because last season, I'm telling y'all, the way she let Portia walk all over her last season and at that reunion, the shit she let Portia get away with at the reunion, it was just disgusting.
Yup.
It still haunts me for Shamea, the way that she let, Portia just come out and say a lot of things that she had no business saying. One of the things that Shamea said, she had went back and she watched the episode and she was just kind of like, how some of the stuff that she was saying, like she couldn't believe it. And that's what I'm saying. She better have her foot on everybody damn neck since she's back. Don't come back and be whack, Shamea. This is your chance to definitely have your moment and redeem yourself from that last season, because we all were rooting for you last season and the way you went out was just absolutely, it was a shame.
Yup.
It was a shame. So then Portia mentions to Drew, Portia mentions Drew Sidora to K Michelle, and I don't know what happened. It was like some weird kind of thing that I noticed, like as if the editing kind of edited. I don't know. It's like they had a conversation about Drew, and K Michelle had something to say, and they edited that part out. But then Portia said, "No, we're not going to argue with her." And then Portia also said, "Well, what singer don't you have beef with?" And so why would Portia say that if they, it just makes me feel like they were already saying stuff, and there's already some kind of situation brewing between them and everything. So we can tell already that there's going to be some stuff between Drew and K Michelle. They're gonna definitely be going at each other. And so then Kay says that, her rep in Atlanta, they start talking about, Kay's rep in Atlanta because, she's from Memphis. Or I think she's from Memphis, I think. She's from Tennessee. She's not from Atlanta, but she's been living here for a while. And she said that her rep in Atlanta has been, pretty bad. And that, she has been judged really harshly and that she's really, really still angry about that. She said the girls in Atlanta have really been downright mean girls to her and that they have blackballed her. They've judged her and, they tried to run her out of town on many occasions. Now, I feel like that's a bit harsh to say, and I'm not like downplaying her truth and her feelings, but I feel like I think that I've only seen, and y'all can correct me down in the comments if you want. I've only seen K Michelle dealing with the girls on Love and Hip Hop, and to me, those girls don't have the clout, to shut her down or shut her career down. In my opinion, not on that level. I just don't think so. And I mean, I could see if it was Beyonce or something like that, and she was out here just disparaging Beyonce, and you know how that is, because yeah, Beyonce will have your ass working at McDonald's somewhere. And shout out to all the people that work at McDonald's. No shade there. I'm just saying, like she's the level of person that can shut a person's career down. We've seen it happen allegedly from what we hear. But I just feel like who on Love and Hip Hop level can really shut K Michelle down? I mean, they can be mean to her. Yeah, shut her out of the parties. Don't invite her to the parties. Do that, that mean girl clique stuff, but really like shut her career down, like to where she can't do nothing in the industry. I just don't know about that. That's the part that I'm like, what does she mean by that? Not sure. um K Michelle said that, she's angry, and you can tell that she really is, that she's not healed from any of that stuff, because she starts crying, and you can still see the frustration and the tears to me, and the frustration to me. It's a telltale sign that that is still affecting her. She might want to go ahead and get some therapy done, but you can tell she definitely has issues with, with people, with women, especially, well, with men too. She kind of, if you listen to some of the things that she says. But so anyway, so then we move over to Sterling Hall to look at Shamea's world, right? Get a glimpse of where Shamea is right now. There's a knock at the door, and it's Kelly. And she immediately opens the door, and she introduces Kelly as her new BFF. And I'm like, BFF? Um, okay, girl. BFF though? She said that, they have each other's back. They've been taking like family vacations and trips together. They watch each other's kids. But she's calling her BFF. To me, it's giving rebound BFF. Because I'm like, how is she your BFF? Like you and Portia were just BFFs, but now that's not working out. So now Kelly's your BFF. And to me, Kelly just be trying to get in where she fit in, child. If she sees that Shamea is weak and is in need of a friend, she gonna fill that space, because she want to be on the show. She trying to do what she got to do to secure her spot on the show and secure her spot within the space of all of these women. I'm not saying Kelly's a cloud chaser, but I mean, you understand what I'm saying?
Yup.
So I just thought BFF was a little bit strong, considering I don't know that they were ever like hanging out. I know she knew her slightly from before, but all of a sudden that's just weird to me. So then they talk about how Kelly is now a college mom, and her daughter just left for college. And Shamea packed her daughter this care package that was chock full of condoms and alcohol. I was like, what the F? Like, what the F? What the F? Shamea, you bugging. She said that Shamea, this is her justification. She's like, all college students drink and bust it wide, when they in college, which is why she chose those items. And she said, she wants her niece, talking about Kelly's daughter, to be ready. And Kelly is like horrified. And honestly, I don't blame her, because like, don't send my daughter no ish like that. Send my daughter some fancy notebooks, with some glitter on them, some pens with the fluffy, thing on the tip of it. You know what I'm saying? Some Gucci flip-flops for the shower, some shit like that. Don't send my daughter no damn thought box. What the hell is wrong with you? Don't send my daughter a thought package. Like, get out of here with that. And Kelly said in her sidebar, she's like, I'm going to pay Shamea back when it's time for her daughter to go to college. I'm going to pay her back. And the crazy thing is, she looked very serious when she said it. She looked like she was not really playing. Looked like she was dead ass. Like, wait till you see what I'm going to give your daughter, and you see how you like that shit. So, I just thought it was inappropriate. I mean, y'all let me know what y'all think. That just wasn't. Don't give my daughter no stuff like that, child. That's just me though. So then Shamea said she now owns a rum company in Grenada. A rum company in Grenada. Now we all know Shamea likes to drink. You know, her shot o'clock, that's her little saying. And that's the thing that she likes to do. But a rum company in Grenada, like what? Like what?
Girl, shut up.
What is she, child? She said, she's doing the singing and she's doing the hosting, she's doing the radio show. And even though, her husband has invested like over 6 figures of dough into her dream, she said she needs a break of him investing into her dream. I'm like, but he's a multi-bazillion millionaire, African rich millionaire, allegedly, supposedly. So she says she wants to be able to she wants to be able to give and not just receive. And I'm like, girl, give to who? Give to who? To your husband? Y'all already rich. Like what do you mean? What do you mean? It's also ridiculous to me. And she said, she just wants to be able to bring something to the table. Now, thing is, Shamea, your husband doesn't really need you to give or to bring anything to the table because, all he needs you to do is do what you signed up for. Do what you have been doing. And that's to take care of him and y'all's family. And I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be funny, y'all. I'm not, from the dark ages or anything like that. It's just that's the dynamic of their family. You know what I'm saying? It's a traditional situation. He's a rich African. So, and I mean, rich, like he ain't got 1 million, 2 million. He's got mid-millions of dollars. I mean, allegedly, supposedly, right? And he's a rich African. So, it's going to be nothing but traditional. That's just how it is, right? For the most part. And that's what she agreed to when they got married. So I can already see this will be a point of contention in their marriage. It makes me scratch my head at the authenticity of the reason. Because I mean, the dude is super rich. They live in a wonderful, fabulous life. Look how they living. Look how they living, y'all. Their place is called Sterling Hall. It's beyond mansion. I don't even know what to call this place. It's a hall, for God's sake. Like, it's a hall. And he bought you a $500,000 car for your birthday. Like, this is how y'all are living. But you feel like you want to start a business that you don't know nothing about just to give to him. Yeah, I just don't see where your little $10 is gonna make a difference when y'all are already rich. I could see if y'all were just sliding by or he was just an average earner, and I get it then. But it's something about this that's just kind of a little crazy to me. It makes me side eye this whole her reasoning for all of this stuff. I'm like, did he say something weird to her? I'm wondering, did he make her feel weird about being in a situation where he's the breadwinner and he's taking care of her? Which, I mean, I don't know. I don't know their lives, but why would he do that when that is the role that usually they want, those, that they want? I just don't get it. I'm just wondering, why does she feel all of a sudden the need to give him a break from taking care of her? What is that? And I'm wondering, or is this just, her wanting to establish herself in case, he leaves her for not having that son that he's going to want her to give. And that's no shade, y'all. I'm just saying, there's a reason for her Declaration of Independence. And, her reason just doesn't make sense to me. But let me just sit back and watch, child. Let me just sit back and watch and see where we go with this. So Shamea said, she's got Portia's invitation, and Kelly asked her if they had spoken, and she said that they had an angry text exchange, and she mimed the whole thing and was saying that basically from what she was miming, it was a lot of FUs and I'll punch you in the face, I'll bust you. It was a lot of nasty. You could tell it was a lot of nasty things that were being said in that text message between the two of them. She said they had an angry text exchange because she went back and watched the reunion back. Shamea did, and she said she missed a lot of things because in the moment sometimes you hear things, you don't hear things, you just She said she rewatched it and she heard a lot of the things that Portia had said, a lot of the nasty stuff that Portia had said to her, and she just couldn't believe that Portia had said some of the things that she had said. And one of the things I remember, it was Portia was like, I kiss Candy in the club, you kiss Candy in the club. Child. She said they both kissed Candy in the damn club. And I think that's what has Shamea messed up. Like, why how you gonna just be blurting out my business like that? So she said, that caused them to get into like a text situation. But the way that people would just text stuff like that to me, it's just kind of annoying. It's like, just call the person and have the damn conversation. Texting has become so convenient. It's such a cowardly way to communicate when things are important that need to be communicated. That just annoys the hell out of me. It's like, pick up the phone and call the person. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just too big of a deal for y'all to be texting back and forth. But she said they left their relationship in that angry state, and Kelly clowns Portia for having a couples theme party up in Simon's house. Kelly has been like antagonizing Portia with the fact that just keep calling that Simon's house. And I think that's so funny because Portia's and she's kind of annoyed by it, but she's kind of like, oh, y'all can say what y'all want. I pay the bills up in here, so now it's my crib. Now what? Then they go to commercial, and sidebar, Shamea has an Airwick commercial, and I thought that was cute. I was like, all right, Shamea, get your little commercial on, girl. Go ahead, girl. It was cute too. It was real cute. I was like, go ahead, go, Shamea. So now Portia's getting ready for her dinner, and child, she don't even know the name of the damn theme. In true Portia airhead fashion, she can't remember. She called it the majestic something, and it was like the mystic night or something. I was like, Portia, it's your damn party, girl. The ridiculousness of it all. Anyway, so we see the ladies arriving, at the party, and we get to Drew, and Drew has that dude Black on FaceTime as her virtual date. Now, Black is the dude. I don't know if y'all remember, but that's the one that owns the vape company line that she was pushing on. I think it was season 15. It might have been last year. It could have been, I think it was the last season. The last reunion, she gave everybody like his little vape pens and stuff like that. And it's the same guy that Portia said that she was dating, but Drew kept denying it, saying, no, he's just a friend.
Man, you don't get out here with all that.
She just kept denying it when everybody seems to believe that is true. Even her bestie Angela was like, girl, please stop lying. Please stop. She's like, girl, just tell the damn truth. Everybody knows it. Just stop denying it. And sidebar, was that the dude that Tamar was dating too, y'all? I'm not sure. I could have sworn I read somewhere in the blogs that Tamar was dating some dude that had a vape company, and she was pushing the vapes too. And I don't know. All these people in Atlanta be dating each other allegedly. And it's just like one big pool of the same people just seeing and dating and smashing. And they all just, child. Anyway, y'all, allegedly, y'all. Anyway, Drew said it has been 2 years since the filing of her divorce, but Ralph is still living in her basement. Interesting. That's interesting. Phaedra is there with her pass around dude Chi allegedly. Her arm candy child. That's the other tall African dude. And y'all, it's hard for me to take Phaedra seriously when I see her with a dude like that on her arms, because it's like, when she was on Married to Medicine, that's the Atlanta girls too. Those are the Atlanta ladies, and when she showed up with him, they were like, "Ew, Phaedra, this dude be with every damn body, like everybody." He's a pass around. Allegedly, this is what they were saying about him, and then here she come. parading him around because he's young. What is he, like 30 or something? And she's like 55 or something like that, allegedly. And she keeps bragging about the fact that he's only 30. But the thing is, he's not rich. He don't have money. So I think Phaedra allegedly is the one like sugar mommying him and dragging him around, like, I guess for the sake of having a date or to say she got a man on the show or whatever. I don't child. It's so ridiculous to me. I just can't stand seeing somebody of Phaedra's caliber, what I believe her caliber to be doing stuff like that. It's just like, ill girl. Her and Quad have a lot of similarities, and they both annoy me for a lot of the same reasons. But that's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother recap. That's a whole nother situation. So, but anyway. So then Phaedra said, she's cool with everybody in the place except for Angela because of the situation last season involving the guy, who came to the event and told Angela that Charles was cheating on her, right? Y'all remember that whole who done it, right? And I'm like, please, y'all don't open that can of worms. I lost a lot of brain cells last season trying to understand that nonsense and trying to follow all the other stuff that was going on online on the blogs between the other people and people saying they was there and the way it was set up. And it was so much going on. It was so much going on. And the crazy thing is that we still ain't clear. And let me speak for myself. I don't know if y'all are clear with it. I'm still really not clear on really what happened or really who really did what in this situation. I'm still not clear. And then, we see Angela in the corner sipping her drink all uncomfortable now that Phaedra done walked in the building, child. And then K. Michelle comes in with her husband, Caston, the dentist, who she said she just got married to a couple weeks ago, who I thought she had been married to a while ago. I don't know how I got this mixed up. She said they just got married, but did anybody verify? Has anybody looked that up? I don't really be checking into people's situation like that, but I just wonder if they really did get married or if she just saying that just for the show because it's a quote unquote housewife show and she wants to appear to be married. I don't know, child. I don't know if it's real or not, but she said they were together before and that they had a breakup and that, she did that dating show, The Queen's Court, which, honey, I just could not bring myself to watch. I'm sorry. I could not do it. I could not do it. But she said she did that show to show the dude, her husband now, Caston, that there's more men, that are a lot more men that are interested in her. And I'm like, but Kay, that was a casted show. Like, they were supposed to act like they were into you, right? That was the point of the show. They signed up for their little 5 minutes of fame to act like they wanted to be in a relationship with you. Or I think Lisa Ray was on the show. I don't remember who the other person is, or maybe it was just those two. But that's what they showed up to pretend to do. So I'm like, but is that made, and that was the case on the show, but is that the case for you in real life though? And this is no shade to K. Michelle, but I'm just saying she seems like she is a lot to deal with. A lot of unresolved, unhealed issues. And, most men wouldn't even want to really put up with that. Because when you're not healed and you have a lot of things, a lot of, shit with you, it can bring a lot of chaos into a relationship. And I don't know any man who's like really who knows his worth is really going to deal with somebody like that. And that's no shade to K. Michelle. Like I said, she's beautiful. She's talented, but it's just, child. I mean, I'm sure they sign up to have fun with her and, maybe, get it popping and stuff like that. But just to line up to want to be with her and marry her and all of that stuff, I just don't know. I just don't see it. So she says she held Caston's feet to the fire about their relationship and them moving to the next level. So I'm like, so does that mean you forced him? Child, what did you make him do that? I don't know. Bye. We'll see. Good luck with that, Mr. K. At least he's different. At least he ain't one of these dudes in the industry that, because she ain't gonna get nowhere with that. She done tried that a million times. So this dude is just like a professional man. So hopefully, it'll be a different experience for her. So anyway, they show her meeting Drew. And it's such a fake interaction especially on Drew's part. I think that Kay was trying to be genuine there. Like, hey, how you doing? It's nice to meet you. And Drew was like, hey, girl. Hey, yes, girl. Yes. Yeah. Just doing the most. Just doing the most. And I'm just like,
girl, shut up.
Like it makes me feel like it made me feel like you know how when somebody has been talking about you or talking about somebody, I'll just say somebody, and the person comes around and just out of guilt, they just, the person starts fidgeting and they just don't know what to do with themselves because they know that they have been talking about the person. This is what Drew was given to K Michelle. It's kind of like you could tell there was some kind of intimidation there. There was something there. I can't really put my finger on it, but it was something there that Drew was given, like being so extra with it. Because if you genuinely just meeting somebody that you feel no kinds of way about, ain't researched them, ain't have no ulterior motive of things that you want to say or can't wait to say to them or anything like that, it's just gonna be like, hey, how you doing? Hey, girl. It's nice to meet you. Oh, I like that song that you did. Stuff like that. But the way that Drew was acting, it just I know something. I know something. You know what I'm saying? And she said Drew was like, "Oh, I really don't know much about K Michelle. Um,
No, the lies.
I just knew she was lying. You could tell she was lying by the way she was looking in her sidebar when she said it. And then, and then here comes the shade. She goes, and then I know that she was a singer. I mean, is a singer? The shade, child. Already. Already. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is about when a singer steps up on the scene that makes Drew feel weird or uncomfortable. Because it ain't, maybe because she's not a great singer. Maybe that's why she feels like that. I don't know. So anyway, Portia's date arrives, and y'all, it's the dude Mike Bless from Ready to Love, the actor. Okay, I'm gonna say it again, the actor. Did y'all hear me? Let me say it one more time. The actor. And I'm gonna leave that right there because I cannot with these fake ass boyfriends allegedly. It's just ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. Um anyway, because as if Portia would even be like she just left a rich millionaire African dude, right? As if she would. Mike don't got the pockets for a chick like Portia. So I know it's complete bullshit. But anyway, so then Pinky, they cut to Pinky and her husband arriving at Shamea's house, and I'm thinking, so they must be there. It must be that they're gonna go to the party with Portia with Shamea. And because Shamea probably doesn't feel comfortable just arriving at Portia's crib, by herself with the fact that her and Portia are really not on good terms. So then we meet Pinky, and Pinky is the other new cast member in the group this season, and she runs down her credentials, and she's amazing. I mean, she's the girl who owns the Slutty Vegan, which was that vegan burger place, which had Atlanta in the chokehold. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like the chokehold. You know what I mean? And her marketing was brilliant because she used all of the Atlanta celebrities to endorse the burgers, endorse the vegan burgers, and endorse the food, and do videos on it on social media, which made it drive, how it is when people see celebrities eating something or liking something that makes you want to have it. And so then it was like a frenzy for the food truck, and it was a frenzy for the restaurant when she opened the brick and mortar spot. It was like lines around the corner every day, and she was just killing it. And I mean, she built this thing into $100 million business, and then she lost everything. She's in bankruptcy. Like, she goes from $100 million brand to bankruptcy. And I'm like, I am just really curious to hear what happened, and how she's going to rebuild, her business and the financial parts of her life from the ashes. She's been doing a lot of interviews lately, I guess because she's going to be on the show. And I haven't had time to really watch any of them, but I am going to go back because I do want to see. I want to know the story. I want to know what happened, where she went wrong. And I'm definitely rooting for her to get it all back. You know what I'm saying? So then Kelly shows up to Portia's. Oh, check this out, y'all. Kelly shows up to Portia's party with a dude named Trey, right? And immediately, as soon as Trey walks in the door, everybody at the table, especially Phaedra and K Michelle, they all like, and Angela, they all like, making faces and side eyeing and looking, and they're just saying like he's for the streets. He's a pass around. K Michelle is like, child, the Trey be with every day. He is everybody's damn man. He just be with any and everybody. And this is so funny, y'all, because I recognized him the minute I saw him because he actually sells luxury homes here in Atlanta. And he was me and my husband's realtor for our home. He helped us. I mean, he brokered, our deal for the purchase of our home. So I got a good kiki from seeing him on TV. I couldn't wait to show that to my husband. It was just funny to me that he's on here and he's he's like as the pass around dude. That's crazy. So and K Michelle had like a major reaction. So I'm wondering if she's been with him, allegedly, if she's been with him too, or if she just knows a lot of people close to her that have been with him, because she had a really strong reaction to him walking up in there with Kelly and, like really enforcing, child, he be with every damn body, child. So I just wonder. But anyway, and I also felt like the nerve of Phaedra, to say he's with child, he be with everybody and making her face, child.
Girl, shut up.
Because your little Chi or whatever his name is, Che, I don't know. He's a pass around too, allegedly. He got the same rep, child. The same rep. So they say the same things about the dude that Phaedra's sitting next to at the party. A little renegade child. It's crazy and annoying. Reality TV is really we're just losing it with all of this, all this renegade stuff. But anyway, so then Pinky and Shamea come in, sashaying into the party, spilling their drinks all tipsy and shit. Allegedly. They both spilling their drinks and stuff. Because they was, doing the shot o'clock thing a bit over at Portia at Shamea's house before they came, so they was feeling it apparently. But anyway, so her and Portia, Portia and Shamea have an awkward embrace, and this is supposedly their first time seeing each other, since the reunion, and that nasty text exchange, and then Pinky is making her rounds, throughout because she walked up in the place like, yo, what's up? My name is Pinky, y'all. She just big. Big entrance, head up high, I guess, despite all the things that she's going through financially, which everybody knows about. Because, when things happen in Atlanta, these cliques of people, they all know, be all in each other's business, just spreading it around. Everybody know everything about everybody. Everybody's dating the same person. Child, it's crazy. Allegedly, anyway. So then Kelly said that Pinky is really not a girl's girl because she reached out to Pinky, and I guess it's because Kelly, is the restaurateur as well. She has her own restaurant situations, and maybe she wanted to get some advice for her. But Kelly said Pinky left her on red, didn't respond to her or nothing. So she's like, she ain't no girl's girl, child. She don't be trying to help nobody. And then Pinky said that her and K Michelle, and this is just like Pinky's connection to the people in the room and on the cast. She said her and K Michelle are sorority sisters in Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated. I think that's how they say it. But so there will definitely be an alliance there between K Michelle and Pinky, because they're sorors. So they'll be like together, or on each other's side anyway. And Phaedra says she did a little bit of business with Pinky, or one of her clients did, and Pinky's good people and everything like that. And K Michelle has some hilarious observations about some of the ladies in the environment as a whole. She looked around, at this table with all of these people, and there's a white lady with a white wig playing a violin, and she said, "This is some real Tyler Perry-ish." I guess it's because K Michelle is down to earth. She just does regular stuff. Allegedly, apparently, and all of this stuff was it was like fancy and just too much, child. It doesn't seem characteristic or caricature, I guess. Instead of just like regular people, I guess, to her. And then you got Drew over here slinging shade every chance she gets. Just to be seen, just to be in the scene. She ain't been there for 2 minutes and got something to say about everybody. She gonna ask Shamea, where's your husband? Where your husband? And Shamea did exactly what she was supposed to do. She told her, listen, don't worry about my husband, honey. Worry about your Zoom date. That part. Because don't be questioning me. Like, how you gonna question me when we ain't even cool? Like her and Shamea and Drew aren't even cool like that. And she got the nerve to be like, where's your man? Where your husband? I was like, girl,
shut up.
Period. I'm talking about Drew at this point. So the men go over to the cigar lounge part of the house that Portia has set up for the party, and the ladies gather together. And Angela points out that this is Shamea and Portia's first time getting together, since the reunion. And Kelly asked if this was like a fresh start for them, and Portia's like I wouldn't say a fresh start. She's like, not really a fresh start, but I did get some good closure the last time that we spoke, talking about her and Shamea, and that, it's all good between them. It ain't beef. It ain't love, but it ain't beef. She's just saying it's just regular, which was confusing to me because Shamea has said that their last interaction was a lot of cussing and anger and a lot of, and it was left on anger. So I'm like, so when was this kumbaya closure conversation? When did that take place? Because they're kind of telling two different things. But what they did agree upon is that, they're good. Like I said, not beefing, not BFFs, but not beefing. It is what it is. So they asked Drew how things are between her and Shamea. And Drew is like, I mean, it ain't nothing, Shamea, I'm right here. Shamea's over there. And then Shamea and Drew start going at each other, right? And what they're going at each other about is that, Shamea had made this after the last season's reunion, Shamea made this post on her social media saying, that she has receipts on Drew, and if Drew kept fucking with her, she was gonna release the receipts or just, start revealing more about Drew than Drew wants her to do. And then Cynthia asked Shamea if she wanted to give Drew an apology, and Shamea's like, hell no. And I'm like, thank you, Shamea. Shout out to Shamea, y'all. Because this is what I was talking about when I said these are my expectations of Shamea this season. Stand up, girl. Stand up. So I'm like, thank you, Shamea. Because the old Shamea from last season would have definitely apologized to her, even though Drew out here being a real bitch. And we just got started 15 minutes ago. But Shamea would have been like, okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Y'all know what I'm saying? Yup. But she didn't. And I was so glad that she didn't. And then Shamea turns around and puts Drew on blast about conversations that Drew had with Phaedra, where she was backstabbing her BFF Angela. The fuck? What? What is this? What is this? Apparently what had happened was after last season's reunion, Drew went to Phaedra's dressing room. And this is after all the rigmarole with, her taking Angela's side, Drew taking Angela's side with Junebug, and Phaedra, and they setting it up where the dude, sending the dude out to say Charles was cheating. Y'all know all of that fiasco that happened. After all of that, they said that Drew went to Phaedra's dressing room and was like, "Hey, Phaedra, I just want to get to know you better."
Girl, shut up.
What? You want to do what? Ain't no way, girl. Ain't no way she did that. Ain't no way Drew. See, this is what I'm saying. This is why Drew, I side-eye that chick so hard. I do. I just do. I'm like, you was just working with Angela to frame Phaedra, and now you want to be her friend. Girl, if you don't get out that lady damn face, get out of her face. Get the hell out her damn face. Get away from me with this Apollo. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, why would you do that? That is ridiculous. And then Phaedra told her just that, like, nah, we were just, girl, no. I do not want to be your friend. And then Phaedra said that Drew told her that she did not really believe in or agree with a lot of the evidence that Angela was presenting about who sent the guy there, to say that Charles was cheating. And then Shamea presses Angela. She's like, so you don't care? You don't care that your bestie is out here questioning your receipts behind your back to Phaedra? I was like, that's right, Shamea. I'm giving up for Shamea, y'all. That's right, Shamea. Get on her neck. Get on her neck. Get on her neck. And this is respectfully, because I do like Angela. I do like her. But Angela tried to, deflect. And she was like, no, I don't care about that. All I care about is my husband. And anyway, Angela tried to deflect with her answer. And I think she did that because she might have got caught off guard. I don't think that she knew. I really don't know that she knew that Drew did that. I wonder if she knew that Drew did that. Drew claims Angela knows everything. I told her, but did she really know that? And hopefully that this will open up a can of worms between them, and we'll see. We'll just see. But Shamea stood on business and she pressed Angela some more. She's like, well, why don't you care? Why don't you care that your BFF was sitting up there questioning you behind your back? And I'm like, you know what? Again, shout out to Shamea, because damn right for pressing her, because they were calling Shamea all kind of lapdogs last season. You know what I'm saying? Saying you let Portia get away with this and you let Portia get away with that. So you know what? Damn right. Stand on business. Stand on her neck. Even though I love Angela though. Hey, Angie. I'm a fangy. But yeah, Shamea, stand up, girl, because they was getting on you last season. So press, baby, press. You know what I'm saying? I'm really loving this new Shamea, I gotta say. She got a new body, got a new attitude.
Yup.
I just wish that she had came in last season with this. This is what I wanted to see. I think this is what we all wanted to see from Shamea last season. But she just wasn't giving. She didn't give it. But she done did some soul searching, apparently. Got her little confidence up. Got her little body done, Chaz. She looks amazing, by the way. And now she's just standing up. She's standing on business. And I love it. 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 That's it. Let's go. Let's go, Shamea. Let's go, girl. So then Angela brought back up to Phaedra that, her friend Phaedra's friend came up to Angela at the game and was like, yeah, I'm such and such. I'm the girl with the hands, as if she was trying to threaten Angela. And then Phaedra looks over Angela and said, yeah, well, listen, I hear you saying all of that, but I pulled the tapes from the arena. Yeah, right. I pulled the tapes from the arena and that never, ever happened. Girl.
Man, you don't get out here with all that.
You went and pulled the what from the what, Phaedra? And then when the producers asked her, so you really went and had the tapes pulled? Do you have the tapes? Here go Phaedra, backpedaling and popping. No, because I had she had said, and then I ain't really got the tapes yet.
Girl, shut up.
Phaedra, what is this? What is this? What is this? She said, no, I don't have the taste, but I did ask for him. But that don't mean you gonna get him. Is she gonna get him, y'all? Does it work like that, child? I don't know. Um, anyway, K Michelle said she has seen enough of this nonsense. She's like, this is ghetto up in here. And she just goes walking out because she wanna go be with I guess with the men. And y'all, I don't know if y'all peeped this, but I don't know. Just tell me if y'all peeped this or not. When K Michelle got up to go walk over to with the men, did y'all notice how quickly she immediately got up and went to see why K Michelle, well, under the guise of seeing why K Michelle left, like she went over there like, no, K, you got to come back over here. But did y'all notice that she got up immediately and did that? I think that she went to see if K Michelle went to just be like close up under Charles. No shade, y'all. Listen, I'm not saying Charles is with the shits with that, right? Because he ain't crazy. But did y'all notice how when they were at the table, because Charles was sitting to the right of K Michelle, and once K Michelle started drinking, she was getting a little loose, and so she, then she started being the jokester to Charles. Everything that was being said, she had something to say back to him, and it was just, child. It was just a little too cozy, and I just, it was kind of awkward to watch it. And then if y'all remember, K Michelle said, I don't know nothing about Charles Oakley. I don't know him, but I just know he's an asshole, and I can relate to assholes. But to me, it was just like, girl, you getting a little too friendly with somebody else's husband. I just didn't like it. I just thought it was awkward watching that back and forth between them. Especially I feel like K Michelle was doing it to get noticed. And it was just something there. I'm just saying, I'm not saying she likes Charles or nothing, but it's just, I just thought it was inappropriate with the way it was looking. And I know if I saw it, I know Angela saw it. And I think I know that Angela saw it by the way that Angela got her ass up when K Michelle went over there, even though K's husband was in there. Kay's husband was over there with the men, but I think Angela felt like, let me go see, did she go cop a squat next to my damn husband? And, to finish all that buddy-ish she was doing at the table. Did y'all peep that, though? Did y'all peep that? Yup. I'm just saying. So then Kelly tried to have a moment, right? So she asked Portia, so what was in the text messages that you sent to Shamea?
Girl, shut up.
And I say that because Kelly, good and like Kelly, first of all, Portia was like, none of your damn business, as she should, get up out of here. But I was like, Kelly, and then Portia said, you're antagonizing me with this. And was because y'all know good and damn well that Kelly knew exactly what was in the text messages, because y'all know that Shamea showed her that stuff. Yup. Y'all know Shamea showed it to her. Kelly is now her new BFF. Good and because Shamea was showing text last season, wasn't she? She was showing off text between her and Portia to them last season to girls who weren't even her friends. So I know good and hell well that she done whipped out that thing and said, look what she wrote. Look what she was saying to me. I know she did. And I think that's why Kelly had tried to have her moment and say, what was in those text messages, girl? It was like a rhetorical question because Kelly knows good and well that she knows what is in that stuff. Allegedly. And I'm sure it was some mean, vulgar, ugly, nasty stuff that was said. And you know what? I honestly wish Shamea would drop those texts. I ain't even gonna lie. I hope that they get to a point where Portia says something and that Shamea don't like, and Shamea just drop the damn text so we can see, maybe at the reunion or something, so we can see what the hell was being said. I would just love to see them texts. So then Mike gives a good night speech like he is the man of the mansion, child. Just ridiculous. His whole being there was just so ridiculous because like He's an actor. He was there to get some screen time for his acting, and because we all know good and well, like I said, Portia ain't finna break. He ain't got the wallet or the pockets to even fuck with somebody like Faith. Like Portia, especially after the stuff that she just been, been messing with. Get out of here. Get out of here. He dismisses we want to thank y'all for coming. Mike, go sit your ass down somewhere. So stupid, ridiculous. So anyway, so that was it, y'all. That was basically the episode. And so my take on what I expect from this season, what it looks like is, some of the things that are going to be going down is that, Shamea is going to continue to stand on business and, be on people's necks when necessary, which is what she should probably to redeem herself from last season. That's what I think. I think there's going to be some marital conflict between Shamea and her husband, with this new Declaration of Independence that she's pursuing. I just feel it. I feel like there's going to be conflict between Shamea and Drew, obviously. And I think that I remember like right before the new season dropped, they always have to go to social media and with some drama to get us all interested in the season. And I believe I saw something, and I am going to go back and look into this. I believe I saw something where Shamea almost got into a fight with Drew or something like that. We almost got into a fight with somebody. I think it was Drew. I don't know if it was Portia or Drew, but I'm gonna go back and look into that, and I'll discuss that when next time I do my recaps. I'll just have some more information on that. But I think that there's gonna be some attempts at resolution between Shamea and Portia, which on the low, y'all, on the low, I just hope doesn't work out so Shamea can drop those texts. Yup. I'm just saying. I'm being shady. But anyway, I think that also there's going to be continued conflict between Angela and Phaedra, about the Charles situation from last season, because it really wasn't resolved. And I mean, I get it. Even though I'm over it, I get it. They're going to drag more into it this season. And we'll see if Phaedra really did get her hands on, the tapes from the arena. I think there's going to be some conflict between Drew and Angela, perhaps, especially if Angela didn't know that Drew went and was trying to buddy up to Phaedra, which is absolutely ridiculous and totally unloyal. Yup. Like, are you serious? This is why, like I say, when they say friends, I'm like, they use the word friends so loosely because, Drew, you got no business sniffing up the ass of Phaedra Parks if you sitting up here and is buddy friends with Angela. You gotta, like, please stop. It makes no sense. But anyway, I think that there's going to be some conflict between K. Michelle and Drew and maybe some other people, but definitely not Pinky or Portia. We know that those are going to be allies for K. Michelle from what, how it started off in the beginning. And I'm really not sure what Pinky's role is going to be in this season. I mean, since we do still have Cynthia, who, is kind of still the bone collector and, she's the person who's bringing people together and things like that. So I'm not really sure what Pinky's role is going to be. We'll see. I'm going to have to sit back and watch, child, and see where it goes. But in any event, I am definitely looking forward to this season. I did enjoy tonight's show. I'm actually going to go back and watch it again. And I'm looking forward to recapping like every single episode. So make sure y'all watch it. Make sure y'all are here so we could talk about it and things like that. Okay. So yeah, so that's basically it, y'all. That's it. That's all. Jump down in the comments and let me know what you think. Did you like this first episode? What do you think about this? What are your expectations for this season? Are you going to even watch this season after watching this episode? What are you looking forward to? Any predictions? Do you like how Shamea is coming in hot? You know what I'm saying? What do you think? You think K. Michelle's gonna get along with everybody? What are you thinking? Get down in the comments and let me know. Okay. So again, y'all, peace, cousins. It's your cousin Reebell, aka the Voice. Go ahead and smash the like button. Go ahead and subscribe, and share this video with whoever you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta with, so y'all can continue the conversation. And again, just want to give a big fat shout out to all the new cousins who joined, all the new subscribers. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for the comments. I thank y'all so much for the love, the likes, the sharing, just just subscribing to the channel and all the support. I really do appreciate it. So definitely let's do this again. Let's come back. Thank y'all so much for joining, and y'all have a wonderful evening, morning, night, wherever y'all at in the day. Peace, y'all.